Yo, what's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Crunch Time podcast where you know we're going to come through in the clutch. Today, we'll be discussing our thoughts on NBA free agency and like what teams will be like next season based off the moves they made in the offseason. So, yeah, we got Brett with me, Mac and Cheese Jones. You already know what it is.
Kemba's on the Knicks.
That's
Mac and Cheese Jones. So let's get this. And Kemba's on the Knicks, and I'm sad.
Is there a move you wanted to discuss first, or like a team?
Do you want to start off having a Ben Simmons segment?
Yeah, why not? I was looking through like you know like King of the Fourth Quarter, right? Like me. Yeah, so I was watching one of his videos. He has like a channel where he just talks about like basketball, and he's doing this thing called like NBA every day where he talks about a team like every single day, but it's like a different one. And he did like a Ben Simmons one, which for like the 76ers, like the other day. And there was a report that Ben Simmons has been like ignoring calls from Joel Embiid and the 76ers because maybe he feels like backstabbed, even though like I don't know, I think he deserves not like he's not like a bad person, just like he deserves to get traded for how he played. I mean, I don't know. That sounds like mean to say, but like I don't know like a nicer way to say it. Just kind of like it's not gonna work there basically. So but it's kind of like strange. Like I feel like he's bound to get traded, but also they're trying to ask for like so much in return. Like I think they who was it? They it was the Raptors, right? They asked for that like Fred VanVleet, Kyle Lowry, OG Anunoby, and like first round picks or something, right? Like all of that together. Some absurd
asking for way too much.
Yeah. And I think they did that to another team too. I forget which one it was.
Portland?
Portland,
maybe? Was it someone else? Or Timberwolves or something?
I don't know. I think they should do a trade with the Timberwolves and get like D'Angelo Russell because like that's somewhat even value. Like D'Angelo Russell and like Beasley and picks or something for Simmons. I feel like and Karl-Anthony Towns is the perfect like center for Ben Simmons because Karl-Anthony Towns isn't like really a paint player. I mean, he can be, but he's the best shooting center of like all time probably. So Ben Simmons is perfect for that.
I think that the 76ers and Blazers trade rumors are about to start heating up because like Nurkic was like defending him on Twitter.
What did he say?
So there was this one reporter that said like, this is your daily reminder that Ben Simmons is shooting with the wrong hand. And then Nurkic replied to it and said, this is the daily reminder that this dude still has a job. Like talking about the sports reporter.
Gosh.
I was like, hey, is Ben about to go to Portland?
No, that's true. I didn't see that report.
I saw that this morning. Also, he's an 84 in 2K, which is absurd.
I think it should be higher or lower?
Lower.
Really?
I put him at about an 82. So it's not too bad.
I feel like that's pretty fair, honestly. I would have thought like he would have been like 85, 86 maybe because of his defense. Like it just his shooting, and then he's got to make his free throws, and even just yeah. And I hate to like take Kenny's words, but like he actually made a great point where he was saying we're not asking Ben Simmons to be a shooter, like a good shooter, like even a decent shooter. He just needs to be a threat to the point where the 76ers can space the floor, where it's like someone will actually have to come out and guard Ben Simmons. Like if he's out in 3-point line, like that's all they need. If he could just do that, if he could knock down like a 1-3 game or not even just be able to make a couple, because it's like we saw last offseason, he was making like threes in those like summer workout videos, and then he doesn't shoot in games, and then teams know that and will just back off of him. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what he's gonna do, but whatever you got to do to get your confidence up, just whether it be just taking endless like shot after shot after shot in practice or something else, I don't know. But he's got to start shooting, like you said. Maybe not like too much, but yeah, I think King of the Fourth Quarter phrased it perfectly.
Yeah, it's got to be like a mental thing at this point though, because like you could sit there and shoot 500 threes a day, but like if it doesn't translate to the real game, then what is that good for? Speaking of 2K overalls, can we talk about Jason Tatum being a 90? Like
he should be 92.
Yeah, what is that? And the ratings this whole like this whole year like so weird too. It's like.
Did you see like the top 6 were all tied?
Yeah, it's like 496s and then like 495s, and it like doesn't make sense. Like I don't know why they wouldn't give like a 98 or 97 to like Durant and LeBron. I don't know if you
Well,
would.
not LeBron, but Giannis maybe.
Yeah, no, I say LeBron is up there, but I don't know. To each their own, I guess. No, but it doesn't make sense to say like LeBron or like Durant, or I say Durant for now. Durant and Jokic are like an overall away from each other. It's just like not right. Like, sure, I read a comment. It was like, yeah, Jokic deserves his 95, which is true, but like, it doesn't mean he's one overall away from Durant. Like, Durant should be at 97, 98.
Yeah,
And
I
then,
agree with that.
like, because you can't say Kawhi is like the same as Jokic. Like, Kawhi is better than Jokic, but just he needs to be like separated by like an overall or two at least, you know?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I understand the MVP, but that's recency bias.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I saw this like the Celtics fan page that like I always like follow, and like they give all the great like updates and everything. And I really like them, but they just have some like absurd takes sometimes. Like they're like, "Can we talk about how Damian Lillard's a 94 and Tatum's only a 90? Like Tatum could almost be better than Dame." And I'm like, okay, easy, easy.
Yeah,
like
even I had Lillard higher than Tatum, and I hate Lillard.
yeah, no, exactly. Like you don't want to start overrating Tatum to the point where people start saying he's like overrated or whatever. Like, because I think he's perfectly rated now. I mean, not in 2K, but just like in real life, like people are kind of respecting him. Like I think he's gained some respect from like other superstars and stuff. I just think next year, I mean, he did kind of take over this year, but like this year, this next season is going to be like his season to take over. You know what I mean? Like he's legit going to average like 27, 28. Brown's going to average 25, just because like shorter won't score as much as like Kemba will. You know, I don't know. I think they're just both going to go up a few points per game and then just really dominate. And I think Tatum is going to push his way to like a 93, 94 by the end of the season in 2K. Not that they're overall.
Yeah, did they do the upgrading overalls like as the season goes or no?
I think they do. Like they change. Like I remember reading that like someone's would go down or like people's would go up throughout the season.
Oh yeah, no, I remember seeing this post now. I knew they did that with Madden. I forgot about that with 2K.
Yeah. But going back to Ben Simmons, do you think like it's 100% possibility that he gets traded or no?
Nah, I'd give it like probably like 60.
60?
I just think, yeah, they're asking too much. Like they're gonna have to either bargain for what's there or just hang on to him and run it back one more year.
But say Ben Simmons comes in. This might be a dumb question, but say he comes in next season and he's actually like knocking down a couple of shots. Are you gonna look to like trade him to try and get like an even better piece? Or do you think like if he's kind of working with the team and improving, like do you think you keep him even though like they have a harsh relationship?
Yeah, it could change if the spacing and all that on the court is improving. Then maybe Ben will feel better about his place in the organization and stuff. And then they could try to make another deep postseason push. And when that fails, they can trade him.
Yeah, but it's just hard for me. Yeah, it's true, but it's kind of like hard for me to envision him coming back to the team. Like, remember Joel Embiid after the game was like, "Oh, there was one play that like changed like the whole entire game," and it was like we had an open dunk, we passed it up or whatever, and the only
Yeah.
free throw like that. I don't know. That just seems like hard to come back from that, and then the fact that he's ignoring calls just even like adds to that. I realistically don't see him coming back. I'm going to be honest.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair though. 40. Yeah. I don't know. What do you think your percentage is since I said 60-40?
I'd say like I see. I feel the same way. Like I don't. It's like too late to see it happening now because there's no rumors about it anymore. No one's talking about it anymore. But um, I want it to be like a 75-80% chance. Like I want to see him to get traded. Just like seems like see. I think a cool trade package would be like if you did like to the Kings or something. I don't know, like because you could have defense alongside like Fox and Halliburton, and you could run Ben as like a power forward there, and then you trade like Buddy Hield and Marvin Bagley and like maybe Harrison Barnes or something. I don't know, because I also have Rashawn Holmes, who's good too.
If that does happen, then who would run point for the Sixers?
Um,
That dude that they drafted, Maxey.
oh Tyrese Maxey, yeah, and he balled in summer league too, so it could be him or I don't know, yeah. Then Buddy Hield at your shooting guard. You could have Bagley is off your bench, maybe. I don't know. I don't know who their small forward would be. But then they have Tobias Harris and Joel Embiid.
They still have Danny Green.
Oh yeah, Danny Green and Seth Curry. Is Danny Green still on their team? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm a casual now.
Yeah,
but it's football mode.
That's true. But I'm really glad we're talking about this.
Yeah, I am too. It's just when I do football though, I don't have to do notes because I just know so much. But like with NBA, like I have to write down stuff or I'm just gonna forget.
Honestly, I didn't write down anything. It's just a matter of like forgetting. Like it's not like I'm not following it. Just like I just forget like where people have gone. I'm just looking on like pages now to see where. So, any team you want to discuss first, like winners and losers, maybe, or just like your general thoughts on free agency.
I got 4 teams here that, well, actually 3 of them that like did the most, and then just the Celtics because they're the Celtics.
Wait, can I guess your 3 teams?
Yeah.
Let's see. Bulls, Heat, Lakers.
Bulls, Heat, Lakers. Yeah, you got it.
Really? Oh my God, let's go.
Yep, those are the 3.
We could talk about those 3 teams and then like any other moves we feel like we want to discuss, and then definitely a segment on the Celtics because I know me and you can talk about that for a while.
Okay.
So what do you want to start with the Bulls?
Yeah, I'll start with the Bulls. So, exhibit number 1, the DeRozan trade.
Yeah.
Definitely, he's going to provide a lot more like defense and like mid-range scoring for that team. It's going to be interesting to see how many like looks he gets though this year, with like LaVine obviously being like another primary scorer that they have.
Right.
But transition here into Lonzo, who's going to be feeding them the ball most of the time. They got him in the trade with New Orleans. Right. And then a couple other key pickups that they had. They re-signed my boy Javonte Green, and they also signed my boy Alex Caruso that I look like him.
Oh yeah, I didn't.
People tell me that I look like a combination of Justin Herbert and Alex Caruso.
Really? I can
yeah.
If they had a kid. I don't know.
The Bulls are doing big things, and you know what? First round exit. Mark my words.
Yeah, like it's cool because it's like they're just trying to become relevant again, maybe. But it's like, what's this really gonna do for them? Like, it's a good start, but it's like they need a superstar. Like, if they add a superstar, then they'd be championship contenders. But they still are a superstar away from like really being contenders. Like, I'm trying to think like what's realistic. If Bradley Beal went to their team right now, then they'd be like, okay, like they're legit now or something, or like, I don't know. But I think DeRozan's like can be a great playmaker for them. Because he's really the only guy out there that wouldn't be able to shoot, because like Lonzo will be like your floor spacer and playmaker, and then DeRozan can play make too. But then you have LaVine, who's like a known shooter, and Vucevic like suddenly got a 3-point shot last season, so he'll probably be able to space the floor. Because he doesn't, I don't know, he's not like a guy that needs to like sit in the paint. I mean, he's got nice post moves, I can't lie, but maybe they'll space the floor with him, or because I don't think they should try and make DeRozan shoot, because he's best when he's just able to attack the rim, and play.
Yeah, definitely.
Like Westbrook a little bit. And then they also have Patrick Williams too, who's like showing.
Oh yeah, the rookie from last year.
And he's a great defender too. Like they're gonna be a good team because you got defense with Lonzo and DeRozan and Williams too. But I just think.
You think he'll crack the starting 5?
Who? Oh, Williams.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's gonna be Lonzo, LaVine, DeRozan, Williams, and Vucevic. Who's off their bench? Because it was a bummer they had to end up like trading away Thaddeus Young. He was like a great.
They still got Markkanen.
No, Markkanen's still a free agent. We should do another segment on remaining free agents. I might look that up because we just created the Celtics just created a trade exception. I think that's what it's called for Evan Fournier. So like we lose him for nothing, and people are like, "Oh, let's get Markkanen." Like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't want him.
I don't want him either.
Me neither, because he just can't like defend, and he's just like a okay shooter. Like, I don't know maybe turns his career around if he has like lesser like volume of shooting, maybe. But like I don't know, he'd be a nice bench piece. But I'm not trying to like use up like 13 million on this guy for like multiple years or something. Like maybe if it's 1 year, 10 million or something, like I'm okay with that. But like similar to Josh Richardson, but I don't know.
Yeah, Laurie's a low average defender.
Yeah, definitely. He's like one of the I thought he was one of like the league's worst defenders. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know where I saw that, but like I just remember hearing that he's like really, really bad. And then yeah, I didn't even realize that Lonzo Ball was like the very first move of like free agency, it seemed like.
Yeah. They did it before it happened, and then when like the clock hit 6 o'clock, they like officially made it official. Yeah.
Did they give up anybody? Let's see. Oh, they got Satoransky, Garrett Temple, second round pick. Oh, Garrett Temple's underrated though. For real.
Yeah.
Good, like, I don't know, spark plug. Not like a
Hey, Satoransky ain't that bad either.
Yeah. So I don't know. Pelicans could have got worse, but like I don't know. They paid him what 4 year 85. I honestly think the Pelicans should have paid him. Like he's so good alongside like Zion and Zion and Ingram. I don't know. It's a bummer they lost out on him, but I'm kind of like excited for the Bulls in a way. Like obviously I'm a Celtics fan, but it's gonna be nice to see like what the Bulls got in store for next season. Like I kind of like seeing when like a team isn't very good and then like all of a sudden they actually make moves and make a big jump. So you don't really see this that often, like when a bad team is bad, like no one's gonna want to go there. Like they just try to rebuild, but like they got a couple like nice pieces, like not like superstar level, but just a couple like really solid pieces that can help them kind of make a push for the playoffs. It's like this is something that the Timberwolves could have used right now, where it's like they have a couple nice pieces like in D'Lo, Anthony Edwards, and Towns, but like if they just signed a couple people, I don't know if they didn't have cap space or what, but if they signed a couple people, they could have like maybe pushed for that 8 seed. It's just the West is so deep that it's really tough. The East is a little bit easier to make the playoffs in, for sure. I just went on like a whole tangent there.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying there. It kind of reminds me of the original like first try with the New York Knicks where they signed like Joakim Noah and like Derrick Rose and like Courtney Lee. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. It was just like trying to get any solid piece that's like, oh, maybe these guys can like push us to the playoffs. It's like teams like that who have just like the Bulls where they've just been in a playoff drought for so long. Well, like not so long, but like 5 years. We're just like, all right, like even if this isn't going to make us a championship team or kind of like set us up nicely for the future, let's just make our team relevant again. So maybe like a big free agent would be enticed to like come sign with us, because Chicago still is.
It could be like this year's Hawks.
Yeah, you never know, but I don't know. The Hawks, like, they're in a weird situation too, because they definitely have a break.
I don't think they're gonna make it back ever.
Yeah, but like that's the thing, because it's like they definitely like deserved and like played well. Like I'm not like undercrediting like what they did this season, because like no one was expecting them. Like I'm sure like no one bet on them to make it that far, but it's like they have all these young guys who are all going to need contracts in the next couple of years, and like obviously you pay Trey and John Collins like your two big ones, but it's like you got Hunter, Werder, who else am I forgetting? Cam Reddish will be like hopefully better next season. We'll all need contracts too. Oh, a Conwu too. They're all gonna need contracts at some point. It's like I don't know how they're gonna keep that squad together.
Yeah, and Capella will be on the exit in a couple of years too.
It sucks because Capella was like a ginormous reason they made it. Like
he was a beast this year.
Yeah, guarding Embiid too was huge. Probably caused a lot of turnovers too, just because like Embiid would try to pass the ball out or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's gonna be interesting too. That's why I cannot wait to do like our standings episode for NBA and just like talk about, because like so much change that like the rankings gonna be so much different than last year. Like obviously you're gonna have Lakers and Nets up top. I mean, at least for me and the majority of people, but after that it gets like it kind of changes a lot.
I think Utah will be up there again. I mean, they're not going to do crap in the playoffs, but I think they'll be a top 3 seed in the West.
Yeah, they'll be like I think a top 4, but they'll be around the top, and then just second round, first round exit. It's just like they're missing a superstar too. They're like, I don't want to say this, but the Bulls are almost like a Walmart Jazz, but not even like a Walmart Jazz. I mean, I guess you could say Walmart Jazz. Like
that's fair.
Like the only difference is that like Vucevic is an offensive-minded center, and Gobert is a defensive-minded center. And then I guess you could compare like Levine and Donovan Mitchell, and then Lonzo and Mike Conley, and then like DeRozan and Bogdanovich. Even though DeRozan's definitely better than Bogdanovich, but still. And then Alex Caruso and Joe Ingles or something. I don't know. They're like kind of similar teams, like similar players, but just like a little worse.
Yeah, Caruso's just athletic, and Ingles just jacks threes.
Yeah, exactly. Did you want to discuss the moves the Heat made?
Yeah, we can do the Heat now. So they re-signed a couple of key players like Duncan Robinson, Jimmy Butler, Dwayne Dedmon. They also re-signed a couple guys that aren't going to get any minutes, like Struss. I don't even know what his first name is. Just Struss. Yeah. I literally forgot what his first name was. I just wrote down Struss. And then Gabe Vincent. They also re-signed, the Nigerian legend.
Oh, that's huge.
But then, dude, he's gonna like be Finals MVP. But they also got some scrub named Kyle Lowry, and
never heard of him.
And some dude who just won the championship named PJ Tucker.
Dude, that's actually like that might be. I don't know.
That's one of the underrated pickups, though. Actually,
I don't know. He left the Bucks though. Like that doesn't make any sense to me. Like he kind of backstabbed him, and he only took $7.5 million a year. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Doesn't
Bucks got Portis back though, so I guess Portis's role is going to expand.
Yeah, that's for sure. I think. What do you think about like the Heat? Are they back to title contention, or do you think they really have the pieces?
I really think they are. I think they are. So, I don't think they're bubble guppies.
Well, I mean, their team, they're like team from last season were bubble guppies, but now they added the pieces. You can't really consider this the same team, considering now they'll have Oladipo too, Kyle Lowry now, and PJ Tucker, who's probably going to start for them. It'll probably be like Lowry,
Robinson,
Butler, Tucker, and Adebayo. I was trying to think of like who their shooting guard would be. I was like, it wouldn't be Tyler Hero.
Thank God. Less Tyler Hero minutes.
Yes.
Oh yes, we rejoice.
Tyler Hero is like, that killed me in that Celtics series.
Hey, the ones that hate me the most look just like me.
Facts. I'll never forget that series, bro. That was crushing.
I know, just the game one block. I knew it was over.
Oh yeah, dude. If Tatum dunked on him though, oh my God, I don't want to talk about it, dude. No, but I don't know. The Heat are, I got to see them all like play together, but I think they'll play together well. Like they're gonna be a really gritty team. Like everybody besides Duncan Robinson on that starting lineup will be like defensive minded, and like they're gonna have like great like Lowry and Butler will bring the playmaking, and it's great scoring too. And PJ Tucker, boards, and then Bam Adebayo too. It's improved a lot. So I don't know. It's gonna be cool to see. But do you think they can challenge the top dogs in the East? Like, do you think they could actually like? I don't know how they would match up with the Nets, because like, I don't know. I feel like they're a little bit behind them still.
You think the Nets are gonna run small ball this year, or do they have like a legit center?
I don't know. Like, I feel like they're just gonna run.
They got Claxton.
Claxton, yeah. They also.
Yeah, well then I guess Bam could probably guard Griffin then.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Or you could put Tucker on Griffin. I don't know, but it's a really good defensive team. So maybe they'll match up well. Maybe the cards will be dealt the right way, and they'll find themselves in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Probably Tucker on Durant, Lowry on Irving, Butler on Harden. That's sick, actually.
Yeah, Butler versus Harden.
Yeah. Just like the defense they got, and then like they have Adebayo if like in the paint if anyone tries to drive, because like Blake Griffin is a kind of a threat of a shooter now, but like if Claxton were there, like he's not gonna be shooting, so like Adebayo would just own him in the paint. They're a scary team. They got Oladipo and Tyler Hero off the bench, which is
not Tyler Hero, but Oladipo, yeah.
Oh yeah, just Oladipo, but that's kind of crazy. Watch Tyler Hero prove us wrong like next season. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't know. The Heat are kind of scary. I'm not gonna lie. It's like the Celtics definitely got better this offseason, but it's like we could have made the finals in a time where it's like a good time to make the finals, because like the Nets were injured, the Bucks were out, and the Heat were just the bubble guppies, and we lost.
Yeah, and the Nets hadn't really formed yet either since. Well, Durant was. Oh wait, actually, what you said. Who was the other team that I'm forgetting then? The Sixers. That's who I was forgetting. We swept them because they were hurt.
Yeah, that's true. They didn't have a Mister pass the ball when you're wide open.
That's a good nickname, Mr. Guangdong Tigers.
Shanghai Sharks. And then you had the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
You were done talking.
They did a ton.
Yeah, like they changed so much. It's like everybody around LeBron and AD just changed for the most part, besides Tyler Horton Tucker.
That's the only guy that I have written down that they re-signed.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking.
They got Melo, Ariza, Bazemore, Ellington, Dwight Howard, Malik Monk, Kendrick Nunn, Russell Westbrook. That's 8 new players. Is the chemistry going to be there?
I don't know, dude. What do you think? The spacing, like, is their superstardom gonna kind of just take over, or what do you think about that? Like, because LeBron, Anthony Davis, and Russell Westbrook are all not known for their shooting, and I'd say the best shooter out of the three of them is probably LeBron. Yeah, I'd say it's definitely LeBron, but it's like he's not even. He's like a 35, 36. I mean, don't quote me. I could be wrong, but he's like around league average, like maybe a tiny bit above. Like he's nothing great, you know.
Yeah, they got to let him take the clutch shots, though, in my opinion.
LeBron?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. They have to. I'm trying to look at I'm gonna look up his stats. I know stats aren't a thing, but like let's see here. LeBron James.
I mean, you could drop the play. You could drop the play for anyone, and they'll probably get a bucket still. But I would trust the LeBron the most, even at his age.
That's true. I heard a good point too. This I don't know where I heard this. It could have been from Kenny too. This is where I get like a lot of my NBA knowledge from him because he's just like I know he's just technically a fan, but he does know like a lot. He spends a lot of time watching games. But I think part of the reason for getting Westbrook too is the regular season. If LeBron and AD like need to sit out, like Westbrook can kind of get them through a game. Like he can win them a game, you know. Like he kind of.
Yeah, they didn't have that last year with Schroeder.
Yeah, exactly. That was like the nice. Like it was like when LeBron and AD weren't playing. It was just like the scrubs, like the G League, pretty much. And no offense to Chris.
Yeah, I watched a lot of those games.
Yeah, and it was like Westbrook's like a good, like gonna be a good third kind of option for them. It's kind of crazy. Russell Westbrook, a third option. Did you ever think you'd be hearing that?
Yeah, I didn't think I would be hearing that ever.
Even just saying Kyrie Irving's a third or Harden's a third option, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Harden's better than Irving, but I guess.
Yeah, I guess Harden would probably be the third option since he makes and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. But just the thing, yeah, because the Lakers don't want to get in a position like last season where they fell down to the 7th seed, had to win the play-in tournament, and then also play a really tough team in the first round, which eventually knocked them out. I know Anthony Davis was injured, but it's like, say if they faced the Trailblazers or Nuggets instead, like they would have had a much, much better shot at making it just past the first round, you know?
Yeah, definitely. They were probably the biggest letdown of the year, but injuries happen, and that's what I said at the beginning of the year. I was like, I don't think the Lakers will go back to back because of injuries.
Right, and I mean, LeBron's only getting older. He's got to be more careful with his body and kind of like make sure he can save himself for the playoffs too. So that's why Russell Westbrook is so important. But dude, they have a legit shot to run it back. Like, would you bet money for a Lakers Nets finals right now? Like, what's the maximum?
Probably not.
You wouldn't? Well, I guess
I would bet money on both of them making the Eastern Conference Finals, though.
Oh, that's fair. Well, it'd be impossible for the Lakers to make it, so you might lose your money there.
Yeah, see what you did there.
Yeah. Okay, so LeBron
make it to the Western Conference and Eastern Conference.
Okay, that's fair. LeBron actually shot 36.5% from three last year, which is not bad, but he shot 35% the year before. He's listed as a point guard. Interesting.
What the hell?
It's gonna be Westbrook though. Like when they're both on the floor.
Yeah.
Westbrook, do you think Westbrook's gonna be directing?
Yeah, I think he'll bring the ball up.
I mean, it might alternate a little bit, but it'll probably have to be Westbrook. You know, maybe and that's another thing that can take some pressure off LeBron. Just even when they're both playing, just LeBron not having to worry about setting everything up too. That's a big part too. And then the fact that they have like another point guard coming off the bench is going to be so nice having Kendrick Nunn.
Great signing.
Yeah, I think that's a like underrated signing, honestly, because he was great for the Heat. Like he averaged 15, good shooting numbers too. I don't think he played much defense, but it was good. And then I'm very, very surprised Malik Monk signed for the minimum.
Yeah, he's worth more than that.
Yeah, I'm surprised he couldn't get like 6-7 million, even I don't know, elsewhere, like for a couple of years, just to one. I mean, maybe he's just trying to get a ring, or maybe it like looks better, like that he's on a good team. You know, I'm really happy Carmelo though, because if the Lakers like do win, like he can finally get his ring. Same with Westbrook too. Like I think I said this before, but Westbrook is probably my favorite player not in the Celtics. I just really like him, and I just really want to see him get a ring one day before he retires. It's just cool seeing like players like that. Oh, Chris Paul almost got there, but maybe he'll be back, maybe not.
Yeah, probably not.
Who knows?
But what's your projected starting lineup then for the Lakers besides the three obvious ones? Because AD could run center. Honestly, they said that could be a thing this year.
Yeah, because I don't know how the spacing. Like I feel like Dwight Howard in the starting lineup would just kind of be too crammed. I think it's gonna be. I wonder if they'll put Kendrick Nunn at shooting guard, but he's also a little ball dominant. You know what? I don't know. He's not like super like playmaker type. I feel like Ariza is gonna start. Honestly, maybe
Really?
he could start because he doesn't like need the ball in his hands. He's kind of just a 3-and-D like spot up shooter type player. You know?
I was thinking they could have Horton Tucker, but I mean he's primarily a scorer though as well.
Yeah, I feel like Ariza and Malik Monk maybe. Like Kendrick Nunn is like good, but he just doesn't fit that starting lineup. I think he's gonna be like their sixth man, and
That's
then
fair.
maybe Monk and Carmelo, or Monk and Ariza. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. But
Yeah.
that's my projection or prediction. Some other moves before we talk about the Celtics. Do you want to talk about the Knicks and like what you think about their free agency? They re-signed a couple of their key guys like Alec Burks and Nerlens Noel, but then they got Evan Fournier, re-signed Derrick Rose as well too. Forgot to mention that, and then they also signed Kemba for I don't know how much.
Did they?
But
what are you gonna say?
I don't know how much Kemba got with the Knicks because he was bought out by the Thunder. So I'm not too sure.
2 years, like 18 or 19 million, I think.
Oh, really? That's what his value is. Wow.
It wasn't a lot of money.
That's crazy. And I'm surprised, like he was traded, right? Or he was just waived. Like, how does that work?
They bought him out.
But did he choose to go to the Knicks or what?
Yeah, like he just signed there.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought. I didn't know if it was like he was bought out and then traded or however that worked. But now they're gonna have Kemba, Fournier, I don't know, Burks as a small forward, or no, Barrett. Sorry, Kemba, Fournier, Burks. I mean, oh my God, Barrett, Randall, and then like Mitchell Robinson. That's gonna be a nice team.
Mitchell Robinson's a boss, dude. He's a beast.
I know he's so underrated. It's just that he's always injured.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
That's a good team.
Good team, yeah.
Who was who started at shooting guard last year then?
RJ Barrett.
Or was it Barrett?
Yeah, I think it was Barrett. And they got D Rose off the bench, Burks and Noel off. I don't know. They're gonna be good. Wait, but
they still got Elfrid Payton?
Do they? Oh man, the worst starting point guard in the Eastern Conference.
I don't know.
You're frozen. It's probably my Wi-Fi. I'm gonna be honest.
Hello? Yeah, I've been freezing. Yo,
we're good now.
I've been freezing.
We're chilling. I got a question for you. Who's better next season, the Bulls or the Knicks?
Probably New York. Just based off of last season, I know both teams have like completely changed, but I'm just gonna ride it out with the Knicks.
That's fair. But do you think Kemba's gonna be able to stay healthy?
No.
You don't think so? Or do you think?
I think he's going to need knee replacements by the end of the season.
Yeah, he'll be on crutches like 24/7. But I saw a little clip and it was like, oh, if we have back-to-backs, will Kemba be playing? And Kemba's like, I don't know, ask my coach. And then he's like,
and then he goes, he's playing.
Yeah, they were laughing about
Dude,
that.
I don't think Tibbs is going to put up with the BS of sitting out back-to-back games like Brad Stevens did.
Yeah. I don't know. But like you don't want to wreck him, like totally wreck him for the rest of his life. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. It'd be
I don't know. Tibbs just doesn't strike me as like a soft coach.
Yeah.
Like Brad Stevens did.
That's true. And I think that's a big reason why the Knicks made the playoffs last year. That's why I think Brad's so much better in the GM role, like what he is now. He knows what the team needs, and he isn't acting like as closely with the players, you know. Some other big moves we could just talk about before we get into like Celtics, because I'm sure will be a longer conversation. Clippers got Reggie Jackson back. They signed Justin Lonzo, got Kawhi. The Hornets signed Kelly Oubre, which is kind of underrated, I think.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I'm just scrolling through all the moves. Steph Curry, Embiid, Luka got massive contracts. Did Trae Young get re-signed too? Yo, I'm gonna move. It's like
he got a huge deal as well.
I'm gonna move so it doesn't freeze. We're getting another tour again. Tour party.
Oh yeah, you did this last time, didn't you?
Yeah, should work better down here. Yeah, but I'm looking the Hawks. Oh, Julius Randle got a big extension too. Look at that.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
Yeah, I think we should be better.
Sure. It's horrible lighting though, because like the lights in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah. Julius Randle got a big extension. John Collins got the extension. I just want to make sure we don't forget anything. Oh, Gildas Alexander got 5-year, 172. That's underrated.
Yeah.
Oh, I really liked this move. I actually didn't really like it, but I thought it was like, I keep saying underrated, but it kind of was. The Pelicans getting Devontae Graham. What do you think about that? Lonzo's replacement.
That's a good move. They probably couldn't have replaced him with anyone like better. So yeah, I agree with it. He's gonna be nice throwing them alley-oops up to Zion and company.
That's true, but because he is a playmaker, but he does like to take a lot of shots, which is like a little bit of the opposite of Lonzo. But it's also like I don't know what the Pelicans are doing. Like they might be the most confusing team. Like it just kind of hurts to see. Like I don't know what they could do to improve their team right now. Just kind of I don't know what like they can do to push them to even just make the playoffs. Because Zion, like he's not gonna want to stick around there much longer probably if they keep like failing to surround him with a good supporting cast. What's like?
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be interesting to see what they do.
I don't know because they like swung and missed on Kyle Lowry. I don't know like what else they could do. Raptors got back Gary Trent. Suns got back Cameron Payne on a really cheap deal, 3 years, 19 million. Oh, Butler. Butler signed a massive extension, 4-year, 1.
Yeah, he got the bag.
I don't know if he's like, dude. The fact that when is it? He's how old right now? He's 31. He's gonna be getting paid like 50 million when he's 35. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, when Nicholas Batum got paid like a lot of money too. I don't know how I feel about that.
That was when like the salary cap like expanded, right?
Yeah, I know that was the first year. That was the first year of like the big contracts.
NBA teams just went crazy.
Yeah, but Jimmy Butler, I don't know if he's worth it either, but I guess good for him, and maybe they'll trade him halfway into it if Miami starts struggling.
Yeah, I'm gonna think about that because like, they have promising young players like Adebayo and Tyler. I mean, just Adebayo. But then their core is like older, like Butler and I gotta fix this like Butler and Lowry now. Maybe I'm forgetting someone, but
No, you covered it.
What is it? Oh, the light.
I said that you weren't forgetting anyone.
Another underrated move, the Wizards acquiring Spencer Dinwiddie. I kind of like that. The Wizards.
Does he get the starting role?
Yeah, for sure. As point guard. The Wizards are kind of like putting together some nice pieces there. Just solid like pieces that can actually like contribute to a game of basketball. I don't know. I still think they should trade Bradley Beal before he gets like signed.
Did they extend that coach or did they fire him? Scott Brooks.
Scott Brooks. I think he's still.
Yeah. All right, that's good because he coached them like out of a hole all the way to the playoffs. They're like sitting at like 17-35, and they still managed to qualify for the playoffs.
Yeah, but I think that was like a big part like of Westbrook just kind of taking over too. You know, I don't really. I don't think he should be their coach. I'm going to be honest. I think they should find a new coach who can kind of like help push up the young guys and kind of like put them in a real rebuild. Because Bradley Beal's probably going to leave next year. I mean, he says he wants to stay, but like, how loyal can you be? Kind of like Damian Lillard. The Trailblazers didn't do much either.
Yeah, Beal will be gone.
Yeah, hopefully to the Celtics too. But how much can like? How much can you, yeah, exactly. How much can you be loyal to a team? I don't know, like what the Trailblazers are doing too, because they didn't do anything to like improve themselves from last year. Like they just brought back Norman Powell, and that's about it. You know.
I guess they're just trying to stay healthy and pray that everyone else gets injured or something.
No, because it's like you're really kind of losing out on Dame here, but I don't know.
They still have their coach. I don't remember his name, but he's been with them for so long.
Oh yeah, Terry Stotts.
Yeah, Stotts.
Stotts, yeah. Like I get Dame wants like the whole narrative. Oh, I want to be with my team, but like no one's gonna be mad at him for leaving. I feel like. Actually, maybe.
Oh wait, they hired Chauncey Billups, didn't they?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because
they did hire Chauncey Billups.
That was a big reason why Dame might not stay, because he wanted to be head coach. So that probably made him happy. I just saw one more move that was like kind of significant. Let me see if I can find it here. Oh, a couple of trades. The Clippers acquired Eric Bledsoe for Patrick Beverly, Rondo, and Daniel Turu.
So like 2 point guards for like a super point guard.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
I guess if you want to call Bledsoe that.
Or 2 point guards for a better tier point guard.
Yeah. I think that's honestly solid because he can play defense. He's almost like, would you say he's a better version of Patrick Beverly, but just can't shoot as much, maybe?
That's fair.
So I think it's just having a better player out there alongside Reggie Jackson and Paul George, you know. And then Patrick Beverly got traded right after to the Timberwolves, which honestly I like. It doesn't do much for the Timberwolves, but it's like they need defense very badly. And Beverly is definitely going to provide them with some defense because as much as people like kind of clown him for that, he's a great defender. He does foul a lot, but he's pretty good. Like he kind of locked Devin Booker up.
Dude, I can already imagine him in practice, just like in the ear of Anthony Edwards.
Yeah,
just trying to make him tough.
Exactly. He's gonna like ignite grit in them. It's almost what like Jimmy Butler did. Because then Jimmy Butler take all the third stringers and then beat like Towns and Wiggins.
Yeah, he beat the first stringers with the third team. That's funny.
I know. I forgot about that. That's why like Jimmy Butler's low key kind of goated for that.
Mm-hmm.
Got that like Kobe mentality. And then Terry Rozier. Do you think he got 4-year 97? Is this overpay or underpay? Well, not
a little bit of an overpay, in my opinion. But he's coming off a career year. But I feel like they should stop paying players who come off of a career year just because we saw what happened with Kemba, obviously. But yeah, there's been a lot of other examples of players like declining after their career year.
That's true. But Rozier is still only 27 too. It could be just people like in their older years. I mean, it could be anybody, honestly. But people are saying this makes the Marcus Smart contract look good. I think the Marcus Smart contract was pretty fair. I'm so happy about that. I don't know if you're ready
Yeah.
to Celtics, but I don't know. I kind of wish Terry Rozier was still on the Celtics, though. That'd be nice.
I liked him when he was.
Me too. He was.
I mean, I wasn't even a Celtics fan yet, but I still like him.
Yeah, and like that's that playoff run I'll never forget. His whole like shenanigans with Eric Bledsoe. He came in with the Drew Bledsoe jersey because he called him Drew Bledsoe. That's funny to me.
That was hilarious.
I know. So, Boston Celtics. What do you think about everything they did this offseason?
Definitely interesting. And I feel like I don't know about Schroeder though. How are you feeling about Schroeder? Because I seriously don't know what to feel about that.
I'm very excited, honestly. I think it was an absolute steal. What would we pay him? Like 5.9 million. That's great value for him. He's gonna provide defense, and he's not the like best playmaking guard. I think Smart's definitely a better playmaking guard. But we actually do have some like decent guard depth now. And just depth all around is what we kind of created for ourselves this offseason, which I'm really happy about.
That's fair.
Yeah. And I got a question here. I was thinking about this one earlier, but what is your Celtics starting lineup next season?
All right, so Schroeder, Brown, and Tatum. That's a given, right?
Yes.
And then maybe Horford, and then Robert Williams, I guess.
Okay, that's fair. Because there could honestly be a whole combination.
But then you got Smart off the bench, which I don't know how to feel about that.
Yeah.
Or you put Tatum at power forward like last year, and then it would be Schroeder, Smart, Brown, Tatum, and then I guess Williams.
They could even start Richardson if they wanted.
Yeah, true.
I don't know if they will. I don't know if it'll be a smart move, but it's just like I really like our depth this year. I don't know. I kind of hope because I think we might be over the roster spot, but I kind of hope we keep Jabari Parker too. He was just like
I forgot him.
The guy off the bench too. I hope I don't know. I kind of hope Carson Edwards sticks around too, and just give him one more chance. I think for a 15 man roster, if we could have Schroeder, Smart, Brown, Tatum, Horford, Williams, Pritchard, Neesmith, Grant Williams.
Oh my god.
Parker, Edwards. I'm definitely forgetting people. Chris Dunn, Bruno, that guy Bruno, like Fernando would be cool.
Bruno Fernando, yeah.
Yeah. I'm definitely forgetting a couple other people, but I want all those people on the team. Sorry if I forgot anyone. I don't know. It'll be cool to see. I'm just happy because, yeah, we have like backup guys. Like we have guys that can come off the bench and actually do something for us. And the thing I'm like really happy about is like we got off Kemba's contract and now we have Horford's contract, but he's only like a big contract for 1 year. I think he's 28 million this year, and then if we make the finals, he'd also be 28 million next year. But if not, he's 14 million, which is like could definitely be put together in a trade package if he plays well. Oh no, you're frozen. I hope it's not me.
No, I froze so hard.
Oh really?
It's me.
Oh, okay. Because my Wi-Fi isn't the best, but also I wasn't sure if it was a combination of both of ours.
Mine is so bad.
It's all good.
How do you feel about the how do you feel about the departures of we already talked about Kemba and Fournier, but what about probably Taco Fall and then Ojale and Tristan Thompson?
Oh, you're right. Ojale because I still saw him as like a good 3-and-D player, and obviously like the fact that we got to play Fortnite with him was awesome, and actually have like genuine conversations with him, which like honestly like I'll never forget that moment. It was just like so awesome. That's why he'll always be like a player I kind of follow. Kristen Thompson, I'm not too worried about. I mean, he's getting paid 10 million just to be like a kind of a backup center. It was cool to see him because he definitely brought energy that we needed in that Brooklyn series that we kind of like the Celtics would sometimes kind of like sit back and not play hard, but Thompson was always there playing hard, grabbing boards and stuff. I'm just not too concerned about losing him. Like, I'm honestly, Chris Dunn is kind of a nice backup point guard who could be underrated for us too. We're only paying him $5 million too. And then who else left? Oh, Taco Fall. It's sad, but I feel like I don't know. At this point, everyone's kind of past it. Like, it was cool to see him come in at the end of games. It was good for ticket sales and all that. But as much as I like Taco on the team, like the whole Taco Tuesday, I'm just kind of past. I feel like Celtics fans are not too concerned with losing Taco at this point.
Yeah, no one cares.
Yeah, exactly. And it's
how do you feel about this? We turned Wanamaker and Enes Kanter into Jeff Teague and Tristan Thompson, and now none of those players are on our team except for the fact that Kanter came back.
I know that is kind of crazy. I remember originally being like optimistic about that, but I think Wanamaker like actually was. I'm actually a little disappointed we lost him. He was
I am too.
He was a good like backup point guard for us. I like kind of forget about him. Like he was like great. He could come in and play defense too when Kemba was out. I don't know. But I think we definitely got the point guard depth now because Smart's evolved into more of a playmaker, and then we have obviously Schroeder and then Chris Dunn as well.
Yeah, I don't see a need for him anymore, but he was definitely cool during the couple of years that we had him.
Yeah, for sure.
And he led Pitt to the Elite Eight.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That we haven't made it back since.
Oh, I know. I'm excited, but do you think this like? I feel like the Celtics are kind of like underrated now because of last season.
Yeah, they're under the radar. New head coach, the
Exactly.
departure of Kemba, like all that stuff. Like people are gonna forget about it.
Yeah, and they didn't make I guess you could say they didn't make any big moves. I say their biggest move was probably trading Kemba and getting Horford back, or maybe signing Schroeder. But I think like we were kind of in the same boat as the Heat last year, where we were like both really good teams from the season before, and then we just kind of flopped this season. Like I mean, the Heat got swept in the first round, and we won a game. Like so, technically, we made it farther than them. I don't know if that.
Well, all the bubble teams lost in the first round except for the Nuggets. Like all the Final Four bubble teams.
Oh wow! And the Nuggets, I don't know. I don't know. The Blazers flopped.
Then they got swept.
Yeah, they got swept by the Suns. Um, yeah, Suns in 4. That's funny. What was I just gonna say? Well, yeah, the Celtics also went under the radar because they didn't make any big signings like the Heat too. So it's like the Heat are like, oh no, now the Heat are back in contention, but the Celtics have kind of just made low key moves, which could honestly just make them a more like well-rounded team. And we're still very strong defensively. And like we have like a young team too. Like their core players, I know they have Adebayo, but like Butler's 31 and Lowry's like 35. Our core players, Tatum is like what 23, 24, and Brown's 24, 25. Like like, we got a couple of years till they're actually in their prime. And like obviously
Robert Williams too. He could definitely blossom into something. He's a lot younger.
exactly, and Smart's still only 27. We definitely want to win as soon as possible. I'm saying like worst case we have some time. And we have high hopes for getting Bradley Beal next offseason. What do you think? Do you think we got a good chance of getting him?
Yeah, I think that Boston's definitely atop his list.
I agree because Tatum and him are like good, like pretty much best friends in the league. I'm so excited. I just can't wait for basketball to start and football to start. It's like the two best sports like start at the same time, which is so awesome.
When's NBA season start? Because I'm a casual.
I think it starts like in the middle of October.
Oh, so it's back to normal this year.
Yeah, they're trying to get.
Let's get it.
Yeah. So.
I'll try to go to a game this year. See like my boy Luca or something. I don't know. I haven't been to a game since 2018. So.
A basketball game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, where would be the closest to you?
The closest to me would be Cleveland, about 2 hours. But I went to Charlotte and to see my man Kemba. I totally didn't go because LeBron was on the other team. I totally went to see Kemba, and he dropped 4 points. 4 points.
Kemba?
I went 6 hours to Charlotte, and Kemba dropped 4 points.
What? How?
I don't know. He was doing so bad.
There's no way. He was like a 25 points per game scorer.
I know. That was the worst game of the season, and I was there.
Maybe he had like maybe there's some correlation there. I don't know.
Dude, he let Lonzo Ball drop a triple-double on him.
Oh, that was that game?
He let Lonzo Ball and LeBron James drop triple-doubles on the Hornets.
That's sad. I'm not gonna lie. I feel bad.
It was horrible.
That was a bummer.
I was like, I just came here 6 hours to see my boy play, and then Lonzo Ball just drops a triple-double on him.
That sucks. Oh my god. Did you have like any other teams you wanted to talk about? I honestly thought there was like more we could have talked about.
Nah, I think.
You think you're good?
Yeah, I don't know. I think we did a good job there.
You're glitching so bad. I don't know if it's getting into this, but I'm like kind of hearing
this
thing. We got some good episodes planned. Like we actually got some to look forward to, which I'll be excited to record. I'll probably have a lot to say about those too. We might.
Dude, I am lagging.
You are lagging so bad. I might just end the episode here before we end up crashing or something. So I'm sorry I can't really hear Brett right now, but thank you guys for watching this week's episode of the Crunch Time Podcast. Be sure to follow and check out all our links down below. Thank you guys for watching, and peace out.